listening to the SummerSlam Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the SummerSlam Podcast. 100 episodes under our belt. Welcome back, as always. I'm one half of your hosting team, Micah, otherwise known as Mr. Scoop. And at my hip, the historian of the SummerSlam Podcast, the co-host, the illustrious Ryan.
Yo, Micah. Well, that's Mr. Slam to you, if you know. But yeah, man, it's always great to be back here with you. 100 episodes. And yeah, man, we still the hottest, the youngest, best duo in the podcasting wrestling community. And we're going to take some time to celebrate today. And I can't wait to get into the wild world of wrestling that we haven't really talked about in about 2 weeks. How long have we been off? Took a little break after that marathon, didn't we?
Yeah, we had the marathon, and then I knew 100 was coming up, so I wanted to do something special. So we were going to record last week, and then lo and behold, guess who gets COVID for like the third or fourth time? I was absolutely miserable. I'm still a little congested. I'm sure you guys can hear that. I may cough here and there, but yeah, I couldn't get out but like 2 sentences, and I took the trash to the road one day, and that was it, man. I had played my 48 minutes. I was done for the night, coach.
Now, well, hold up now. Is Roman's aura, does that have anything to do with this COVID diagnosis? Does that have any correlation, Micah?
Could be. I mean, I did have a cough after Raw, and then I still haven't really gotten my breath back fully, so I guess you could say you took my breath away.
Okay.
All the way down to Pensacola.
Mm.
But regardless, so we weren't able to do it last week. We are back. A lot of wrestling to talk about, but we're not going to do our regular stuff here. We're going to have some fun. Obviously, some big things happened in the past week that we weren't able to talk about in terms of just wrestling history and the pantheon of the thing we love to talk about. But Ryan, I got to ask, before we get too far in anything, did you ever think we were going to get to 100? I mean, there were so many times that we stopped, times that mainly I was like back and forth on it. And isn't it just crazy? Like 3 years later, almost like to the exact time of year that we started. Here we are, 100 episodes in, and by far our most successful year ever.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm more amazed at the growth that we've had over the last 7 or 8 months, just with TikTok, the IG, all the other socials, and that a lot of that is you. That's you. So I want to take this time to thank Mr. Scoop here, because without Mr. Scoop, this show would not be possible. And Mike, I just appreciate you giving me this platform to express my opinion on pro wrestling. But yeah, man, it's an amazing thing that we made it to 100, because around episode 15, episode 16, we were in the marathon episodes, 3 hours, almost twice a week. I didn't think we were going to last this, but through hell or high water, we are here, and we're in the same position, like you said, at SummerSlam, Lumen. And yeah, man, happy 100, Mike. Happy 100.
Happy 100 to you too. I will say I do tend to handle like the socials and stuff, but if it wasn't for you, I would not be doing this still. There's so many times that, not for a lack of better terms, you had to kind of talk me off the ledge of like being done with this thing, just because sometimes, man, the wrestling was either just like so bad that I'm like, man, like I don't want to watch this anymore. This is taking up so much of my free time. But the highlight of my reignition, I guess, of my fandom has been doing this podcast and being able to talk. And if you don't like what we have to say, or you've disagreed with our takes, hey man, that's what we're here for. We have always called it like we've seen it, whether that be you stepping on AEW's fan toes, or me stepping on Seth Rollins fans' toes. Like, it doesn't matter, man. We always manage to have a good time. and find a way to captivate people. And especially this year, like it's literally been almost anything on TikTok. Like there's no rhyme or reason to it. We've got a couple series on there with like the gimmicks ranked. People really love those. But then like a bunch of the podcast clips have taken off this year too. So thank you largely to the fan base of the Scoop Slam podcast. But happy 100 and thank you, Ryan, as well. And before we get into any of the festivities, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. Over the past week, I was sick, so we weren't really able to talk about it. I didn't post a whole lot about it because I figured it would be best to just do our thoughts in kind of long form here. But obviously,
and to be fair, you were on death's door throughout the whole week.
well, that's true. I made that one video, dude, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, I knew I sounded horrible. But obviously, everybody's heard. We're not breaking the news, and we're not going to go over the life and career of the Hulkster today. But Hulk Hogan passed away last week. WWE has put up some tributes and stuff, as well as tons of stuff online. So, Ryan, I know the other day we were talking about it. You kind of wanted to go first, talking about the passing, the legacy, the complicated legacy of Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a very polarizing legacy that he leaves behind. But I mean, he was the most famous wrestler to ever live. Single-handedly created 2 boom periods in wrestling. I mean, he's literally the reason that we watch wrestling. The reason the wrestling business is in the shape it's in right now. Like, he was pivotal to the WrestleMania 1 success. I mean, WrestleMania 1 doesn't succeed. WWE doesn't get the $1 billion deal with Netflix. AEW doesn't sell out, all in Texas. A Scoop Slam podcast wouldn't be here, man. So, Hogan was just that pivotal in the pantheon of the wrestling industry. And, Micah, the last 10 years of his life is going to be a black eye on his legacy. That the racism, the bigotry, unforgivable. And yeah, I mean, I'm a person of color, Micah, and it hurt when all that stuff came out because Hogan was a first ballot Hall of Famer in the black community, and when I mean, Micah, he switched his music in the '90s to Jimi Hendrix. He was palling around with Dennis Rodman and palling around with Mr. T and Shaq and he used to say the word brother, man. So it's complicated, man. It's tough because on one hand, Hulk Hogan is the greatest wrestler as far as bringing us the mainstream notoriety that pro wrestling is. He's the greatest of all time in that respect. But Terry Bollea was a racist bigot that just didn't like. He didn't like me, Micah. He didn't like us, man. So it's tough. Do you separate the art from the artist? I don't know.
Yeah, it is kind of a challenging thing to talk about because, I am just, I am a white guy, so I can't really understand. I can, but it obviously is just going to hurt more if you are
Yeah.
a person of color. So,
Yeah.
in that aspect, like, I think to me, I look at Hulk Hogan as a wrestling character, and what Hulk Hogan means to people was not being racist. Hulk Hogan as a wrestling character was somebody that was for everybody, and he fought the villains of the world and was able to be like an idol for people growing up. And to see that Terry Bollea was not the same way is just really, really disheartening.
Yeah. I mean, he put smiles on millions of kids' faces, man, for generations. He was the Hulkster, man. Everybody loved the Hulkster. and he still I don't care what you say, he still has maybe top 3 greatest entrance music of all time. Real
Oh
American.
yeah,
I mean, you can put that on the gym, man. You gonna get your last set.
yeah. It's just I think I saw one of the best posts that I saw in this whole thing was somebody said that, despite what Hogan became when they were a kid and it was storming really bad outside, they would take their Hulk Hogan wrestling buddy and hold it up and ask for Hulk to protect them. And I think that is probably the best example of what Hulk Hogan, the wrestling character, means to people. And regardless, I personally have just experienced loss in life, and I'm sure there's people out there who are posting this stuff who have also experienced loss. And if this is the way that you feel like venting, then that's 100% okay. I'm not telling anybody how to feel, but to me personally, I just never really like to uh what's the word I'm looking for? Like when somebody dies, I just don't like celebrating something like that.
Yeah,
You
yeah, that's
know,
tasteless. That's tasteless. I hate to see that online.
and I'm not trying to compare and say that one thing is worse than the other, but obviously the Jeffrey Epsteins, the Hitlers, people like that of the world, 100%, those are scum of the earth people. And I think that Hogan was a terrible person blinded by racism, but I just don't know that I can just be like, oh yay, I'm glad Hulk Hogan's dead.
Yeah,
I don't, that just feels very bad faith to me.
bro, I can't. People, you would think that Hogan was Benoit with all the negative backlash after he died. Like, I don't think I've seen the negative backlash to Benoit after he died. Like, isn't that crazy?
Yeah. And then too, some of those people were attacking the people that were saying rest in peace. And it's like, dude, that's ridiculous. Again, so many kids grew up with Hogan and
As their hero, as their guy.
yeah, and it's not their fault what he turned out to be. You know what I mean? So I just didn't care for that aspect of it. But again, I'm not telling anybody how to feel.
And bro, it's not like he was just this awful, terrible person. He donated to multiple charities. He granted all those make a wishes. So I don't see Hogan shouldn't have the same legacy as Benoit. Bro. That's like you had people online that they didn't even want WWE to talk about his passing. They damn sure didn't want AEW to mention his passing. Like, bro, are you kidding me? You can't tell the story of professional wrestling without mentioning Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. And by no means was we've talked about it on the show before. I mean, everybody knows how Hogan was politicking. He's one of the integral parts of why WCW reached the heights that it did, but also
But
one of the reasons that WCW folded, and same with TNA.
But that seems like a bad faith argument in itself because a lot of people were saying that Hogan was nothing but a backstage politic. Bro, all of your favorite superstars do that. They want to keep their spot. They're gonna get in the boss's ear and hey, make sure you make me look good. They're gonna do that. That's just what to be a big star in this industry, Micah. You have to have a big ego, and Hulk Hogan had a big ego.
And rightfully so. I mean, I have to admit, being the biggest star of the 80s and the 90s, it's kind of hard to not have an ego at some point. Same way Flair does. Wrestling is about taking your real life personality and turning it up to 100. And the problem is, people talk all the time about method acting and how it jacks people up. Wrestlers are ultimately just method actors, but all the
Yeah,
time. So eventually you tell yourself you're the best, you're gonna start believing that. So
and bro, I was seeing a lot of stuff with he was a union buster because he went and told on Jesse Ventura right before WrestleMania 2. And got Jesse fired, and the union was stopped before it even started because Jesse wanted to gather up all the wrestlers for WrestleMania 2 and get all the bargaining power on the wrestlers because they were gonna start the union, and if Vince didn't want to play ball, then they weren't gonna show it at WrestleMania 2, and Vince would have had to play ball. But bro, that seems like a bad faith argument in itself as well because that happened in 1986. We are in 2025. Are we still blaming Hogan? There's no union to this present day, 41 years later,
Not only that,
or 39 years later. Sorry, bad math. Alabama education, everybody.
as somebody who is part of a union, wrestling can never work for a union. It's just impossible. The things that you are asked to do as a professional wrestler is impossible as a union member, especially maybe today where they only wrestle 1 day a week, maybe twice a week, but back in the day, 6 days a week. Like, I get the benefits, but Hogan or not, I'm sorry, there is not a union in wrestling today, regardless of if Hogan says anything or not. Wrestlers are always super selfish, super carny, especially in that day. Like, maybe today people are a little less selfless, but like back in the territory days, man, it was fend for yourself. Why would those guys unionize? Like that just, I'm sorry, I don't agree that ever would have happened if, Hogan stepped in the way.
No, but the thing is, Micah, they can do it today, but they choose not to. They could, but they choosing not to. Are they still blaming Hogan for that? Is Hogan still at fault?
Well, here's the problem with the union. Because I know the NBA has one, but again, I feel like it's a little different. But again, like the pay has to be similar, and so now like you're going to end up creating less jobs because you're having to pay the bottom tier superstars a certain amount, whereas your top tier guys are making a certain amount. Like, it just doesn't work for wrestling. For what you are asking people to do with their bodies, night in, night out, back in that era, it's just not possible. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I just thought that was a bad faith argument when people bring that up online. And one more thing, Micah, let me address this real quick. The people online that are saying that, oh, anybody could have played the role of Hulk Hogan in 1985, 1984. No, that early to mid 80s. Anybody, Vince McMahon could have chose Dusty, or Vince McMahon could have chose Harley Race to start his national expansion. No, he couldn't have, because Hogan had a very unique look, and Hogan was already a huge star coming off Rocky 3. And I'm sorry, but they weren't going to give the part of Rocky 3 to Dusty Rhodes or Macho Man Randy Savage. I mean, it was played by Hogan. It could only be played by Hogan. Had that unique look that personified the 80s, bro. Like the blonde hair, the big bronze physique. I mean, it's just, it is what it is, man. It's a cosmetic business, and I'm sorry. I mean, nobody looked like Hogan back then, man.
I did want to say, as somebody who hasn't like grown up necessarily like in that era, I think Hogan is one of the reasons that I did end up getting into wrestling, because like I liked it, but I remember, and I think we've talked about it in the past, you had the same DVD, greatest matches of WrestleMania, and I was so enthralled by like Hogan Andre, Hogan Slaughter, Hogan Macho Man, Hogan Rock. Like, I mean, he was all over those WrestleManias. So he was just one of the first wrestlers that I was like kind of enamored with, that wasn't somebody that I was watching weekly on TV. And so then as a kid, when he was coming to TNA, I was actually really excited because I was like, wow, I'm getting to watch this guy live every week. Like, just like, the people in the 90s and the 80s. we all know how that turned out. But
Yeah.
I think that ultimately Hogan was kind of integral in my fandom. And so it did suck to see like all this come out. And I think I just have kind of a unique perspective in that aspect because most people these days don't understand why Hogan was a big deal because they don't get the history of wrestling. They just see 2010 and on, and that's why they think Randy Orton, John Cena deserve to be in top
Oh,
10 conversations.
yeah. And it's crazy the influence he still had because they were just about to start a real American freestyle company, Micah. What the heck does Hulk Hogan have to do with freestyle wrestling? It doesn't matter
Yeah.
because you attach Hulk Hogan's name to it, it's gonna sell. It's gonna sell to networks. It's gonna sell tickets. I mean, it's still to this day in 2025.
Well, Ryan, I understand as we close the Hogan segment that you had one final thing you wanted to send us off with.
Hulk Hogan is the most influential wrestler of all time, probably the greatest WWE wrestler of all time. If you actually look at it, the dollars and cents. But Hulk Hogan, Micah, I don't know if you know about this, but he had a tendency to stretch the truth a little bit. I don't know if you know anything about this. Are you aware of this?
I've
Know about
heard a
this?
thing or two, but I'm interested to see what you've dug up today.
Okay, so I cycled through some of Hulk Hogan's famous, little white lies over the years, and I wanted to hit Michael with these real quick and get his reaction to them. Okay, Hulk Hogan said that he wrestled 400 days in 1 year. Says since he traveled so much between Japan and USA, the time difference added up and made it possible.
I think that's my favorite one out of all of them.
Okay, another one. He was supposed to be the representative in a series of grills that were going for sale, but he missed the phone call, and it was George Foreman who got the call instead. And the the George Foreman grill is, currently the most sold grill of all time.
And I believe the company came out later and said that Hogan was never in consideration for it.
Okay, another one said that he was supposed to play and even got approached to play bass for Metallica and the Rolling Stones. The bands have refused this many times when asked about it.
See, I really like that one too because I sent you a tweet the day of that said something about like these rock legends that we
Oh
lost.
yeah, oh yeah. Rest in peace, Ozzy too, man. We did lose.
Yeah.
Okay, the movie The Wrestler, Mike. Have you ever seen that?
Oh yeah, I do. Mickey Rourke.
Okay, so the director Darren Aronofsky offered the lead role multiple times to Hogan, but Hogan turned it down and said he didn't deserve it. Aronofsky has said Hogan was never even once considered.
If anything, the guy was kind of a caricature of Hogan. Like he was a older, tan, like faded blonde.
Yeah, but in the movie, like the guy was working. Mickey Rourke was working at like Walmart deli, like slicing up meat. Can you imagine 6'7" Hulk Hogan working at Walmart slicing up meat? I don't think that would have fit the bill, Mike.
Yeah, no, not at all. Plus, Hogan's biggest problem in acting is Hogan was never anyone else. He was just always Hulk Hogan. And so, I
Yeah.
mean, that just wouldn't have worked.
Okay. Hulk Hogan claims that he fought Pride fighters. I don't know if you know about Pride, Micah, but it was the MMA organization in Japan. Well, Hulk Hogan said that he fought those Pride fighters in the 1970s. However, Pride wasn't established until 1997.
That tracks. Okay.
Okay. All
I
right.
can believe that one.
Okay. Hulk Hogan claims that he was touched by a Make a Wish kid so much he personally invited the kid to come see him at SummerSlam 1992. And when Hulk Hogan went out, the seat was empty, and Hogan actually never worked Wembley Stadium. So I don't know about this story either, Mike. But
Is that the same one that he claimed to hang out with Michael Jackson at?
yeah, in Wembley Stadium in London. But
Never worked.
he never worked. He never worked Wembley. He says Elvis Presley was a big Hulkamaniac. However, Elvis was long dead before Hulk won his first title in 1984. I don't know when
That tracks.
Elvis. Okay, all right. He says Harley Race came to the arena with a gun and set the ring on fire and asked Hogan for a job. uh, I don't know if was there any footage of this, Micah? I don't remember this. Did this end up in any of the best of Hogan DVDs? Harley Race coming into the ring with a gun and setting the ring on fire.
Yeah, I can't say I ever saw that tape personally, but it could be floating around out there somewhere.
Okay, so Hulk Hogan went on the Arsenio Hall show in the early '90s, I believe, and said he was no steroid abuser. And he told the truth under oath during the steroid trial that he did, in fact, use steroids.
Yeah, because literally everyone, but maybe I think Stevie Wonder probably knows that Hulk Hogan used steroids.
Okay, Hulk Hogan claimed that Antonio Inoki, one of the most famous Japanese wrestlers of all time, had a match in Japan where Hulk Hogan beat him up so badly he died, but got brought back to life via CPR. And after the match, Hulk couldn't work in Japan for a while after because the Yakuza was after him.
So, okay, this one's interesting because is that where Shibata got the gimmick from?
Yeah, be honest. Okay. I'm sure Shibata's name will come up in this episode there too. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's the last one here, Micah. Hulk Hogan almost got Undertaker blacklisted, claiming that the tombstone that Hogan took broke his neck, and Hulk Hogan was laying on Vince's floor in the backstage milking it after.
See, that one is also really good because you can roll back the tape and see that Hogan's head never even touches the chair. And I think Taker and Kane were watching that clip back, and Taker makes a joke about it, like at Hogan's expense, which I think is actually hilarious.
You remember the line he said?
I don't remember the
He
line.
said, "Oh, you got me, brother." And Kane and Taker just bust out laughing.
So that already tells you that they've talked about that before in the past.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all we got for Hulk Hogan's little white lies over the years. I'm sure we could write a whole book of those. Yeah, those are just a few gems that I pulled out of nowhere.
Yeah, well, speaking of books, we have some big news coming up in the next couple of weeks, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But I can't reveal our cards too much just yet. But I figured I would drop a little teaser in there for you for episode 100. But yeah, ultimately, rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. If you feel a certain way about him, I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong, but obviously he is just a massive figure in wrestling history. So for that and your contributions to wrestling, we thank you, Hulk. But it's time to have some fun, Ryan. We've been too long on this somber note. So to start us off, and we've got a little fun thing. So, we just had our mid-year awards, but these were the ones that we had to cut. We couldn't include these. They're not as prestigious, but today we've got time. So these are the awards that didn't make it into the mid-year awards, Ryan. I'm gonna let you go first, and I'm very interested to see what you have.
Yeah, I got most sensitive on social media here, Micah. Very prestigious award. And today we're going to be giving that award to Mr. Rick O'Shea for his antics on social media. I don't know if you've ever I don't know if you see old Ricochet on social media, Michael, but I feel like he has to comment on everything that's happening. He comments on or responds to anybody that says anything negative about him or the company he's working for. So, yeah, most sensitive on social media goes to Mr. Ricochet.
Okay. I can see that one. He definitely.
He's bro. He kind of sounds like an edgy teenager online, and he's pushing 40. Like, do people think that's a generational heel work by saying corny stuff online and quote tweeting Andrew Tate quotes? Like, what are we doing here? And he's done that, by the way, multiple times. I don't know how that's a
Well,
gimmick. He's quote tweeting Andrew Tate.
have you ever seen the two in the same room?
Mmm. So you're saying this is you're saying he's gonna morph into Andrew Tate on this show, Mike?
He's gonna have to get leg extensions for that, which I can't say anything. I'm also not over 6 foot, but
Andrew
Ryan,
Tate, he breaks off him too.
he is a big dude. He's also a
He's a
big
kick.
piece of crap, but
Oh well, yeah, he's a kickboxer.
Ryan, I've got the Haku Award for
Oh,
person or people I would least want to meet in a real fight. And for
oof.
that, I've got to give that to the Hurt Syndicate because I've seen what they've been doing to Speedball
Whole
Mike
group.
Bailey. And yeah, the whole group. Maybe I could take MJF,
Yeah, I was
but
about to say I think we could take MJF, bro.
but MVP, Shelton, Bobby, also thanks for the house, Bobby, because dude, the freaking our most viewed video on TikTok, Bobby Lashley gimmicks ranked, and everybody in the comments just loves Bobby Lashley. So yeah, for that reason, Shelton, D1 D1 professional wrestler and amateur wrestler.
Yeah.
Bobby, I think, used to do MMA and was pretty talented in that venture. And asked Chris Jericho how well MVP fights. So yeah, whole group gets that award.
But didn't Bobby, wasn't he collegiate? Didn't he wrestle at Colorado or Air Force or something like that? Am I mistaken? I think he wrestled in the Army. I think it was the Army.
I honestly
Is that
couldn't
what it
tell
was?
you, but I would think he would have to have some background to just immediately jump into MMA.
I think he served in the Army, and I think that's where he wrestled, but I could be wrong. But Micah, how could you create the Haku Award and not give it to Haku's son, Tala Tonga, or Tama Tonga,
Well,
or Tongaloa? Like, these Tongans are here on the roster. You rather get into a fight with the Tongans over the Hurt Business? I don't know.
well, I feel like Tama, I could probably take him.
I don't know. Seems like a wild man.
Tala,
Yo, you ain't taking him, man.
uh,
Get out of here. Stop that.
I could get the ankle.
He doesn't look like a giant, but he is pretty big.
Yeah, he's just really tall, but he don't have presence. He needs to take some aura lessons from Roman. But Ryan, what for your second award? What do you have?
What do the refusal to sell award. And I got Shibata winning this award, like, because I know you've seen the crisscross applesauces in the middle of the ring, followed by the slap fights and the multitude of forearms back to back, no selling that. And I feel like every match, Micah, he does this weird no sell kick out at one stuff, and then the fans online are oh, it's fighting spirit, Micah. But no, it's not. It's stupid, and it makes the whole business look phony when guys are getting chopped as hard as they can. That's stupid. What are we doing here? But yeah, refusal to sell award goes to old Shibata.
I thought Osprey was going to take that cake or
Oh,
Swerve.
sir. They'll come up later, but I'm sorry.
We're getting there.
Yeah.
Next up for me, I've got the Russo Award for who
Oh,
booked this.
a lot of guys can win this.
And my pick for this was TNA putting both of their world championships on NXT talent on Slammiversary.
That bothered you?
I'm fine with one, but I think both is a little egregious. And then the fact that we've got Santino Marella wrestling Ethan Page on NXT, yeah, I think a lot of people were left with a bad taste in their mouth coming out of Slammiversary.
What fans? What fans are heartbroken by this? What TNA fans are there? More people watching TNA now.
There's a dedicated TNA fan base out there.
So the 12 people that are left in the impact zone, they're hurt by that? Bro, is JC Jane more of a draw than, I don't know, Masha Slamovich? Yeah. Like, did that really bother you that JC Jane unified the title?
Well, I don't think that so much, but I don't know. I feel like they could have put the world title on Santana.
Well, remember, really? Okay. I don't know about that.
He got a big reaction.
I'm not sold on it yet, but I haven't seen a lot of his work, but yeah, Trick, man, he's doing some. He's pretty good as a heel down there. I don't see a problem. I don't see a problem with him holding the title. But I mean, Micah, how are you gonna argue with the results? They had their highest attended show in North America. And that's with Trick Williams on top. That's with JC Jane winning the women's championship. How crazy
we'll
is
see
that,
if they keep it up for the next pay-per-view.
No, let's talk about this real quick. How crazy is that? They've had Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Scott Steiner, Hulk Hogan, Sting. They had all these titans of the industry on their roster, and the biggest attended show in North America was headlined by Joe Hendry, Trick Williams, and Mike Santana. Yes, everybody, Mike Santana. The guy from the LAX 2.0 Jabroni. What's the headliner for TNA? And it got more people in the seats than Kurt Angle versus Samoa Joe. How crazy is that?
Well, that you have no one more to blame than the Russo Award, and that's why I felt like it was aptly named, because the booking was hamstrung, as well as the fact that they really never, like, I don't know, they just kind of always ran Orlando. So
yeah.
But Ryan, for your third award, what do you have?
I got the Power Ranger Memorial Award, Micah, and that's going to Mr. Billy Ospreay for his expertise in tumbling and the choreographed dance moves and all the flips. He's a big proponent of those flips, I'm sure. But yeah, man, he's gonna take this award, and he did. I will say those flips do draw for our channel, because once we talk about those flips, a lot of the marks online get mad when we bring up all those flips in Willie's matches. But yeah, he's gonna take home the Power Ranger Memorial Award for best dance moves. Will Ospreay.
I just think it's funny that he's so divisive. Like, even I did a gimmick video today of him, and people in the comments were talking about fighting spirit, and it's like, God, dude, it's just like a never-ending argument. Well, no, fighting spirit is actually really cool. Well, no, fighting spirit isn't real, and like it just never ends. And I mean, I'm on one side of that spectrum, but like I didn't even say anything in this concept. You said what?
I said you're on the spectrum if you like that type of stuff, man. But yeah, he's his own man. He's very athletic guy. We'll say that.
But again, I mean, it's like we say every week, man. There's lots of guys that are athletic and good in the ring, but what differentiates you? And
he's the aerial assassin.
I'm not sold on the guy yet, but speaking of no selling, my next award is the Hulk Hogan Award for
Oh,
That Doesn't Work for Me, Brother. I've got
Mercedes.
Miss Creative Control herself, Mercedes Monet, and her 8 belts.
Do you see she won another one in like West Virginia or something like that in front
Jesus
of a
Christ.
high school gym of 35? Yeah. And then the
I saw
girl
she
that
just won like the Polish wrestling championship.
she beat for that championship, and I don't know where the heck it was. Maybe it was West Virginia. But the girl started crying in the ring when she handed Mercedes the belt. Like, bro, the marks have officially landed in the ring. Like, what the heck, man? You just get beaten, and you choose to cry and hand your title over. And they hugged, Micah. Where's they hugged? And everybody in the comment section was, "Oh my God, such an emotional moment, such a huge moment for I don't know what the lady's name was, the young lady's name, but everybody thought it was a very nice moment from Mercedes putting over the young talent by taking her title."
Putting over the talent by taking her title.
It's putting her over the
Oh
title.
man. That junk is just funny to me because I hate to bring this up, but it's like if
Oh.
you knock Mercedes, it's like, oh well, you just don't like black women. What? Like how did we get here? I love Gail. Like
You can criticize Charlotte and Becky all day online without getting any sort of pushback, but as soon as you bring up Mercedes or I don't know, Tony Storm, then all the pitchforks come out and you must hate women. You hate women's
yeah,
wrestling.
like
No,
they were
I like
getting
that.
on that suplex guy about it, and he was like, "Dude, I love." And like, first off, suplex is I think his first name's Tyler. He's black, but not only that, he had like a Jade Cargill shirt on. Like the guy is, but they were like, "Oh, you just hate black women." What? Like I don't. If you think that I feel that way, listen to the pod. I have sung Bianca and Jade and Naomi and Willow's praises, but I just something about Mercedes, man. It just doesn't click because people think, well, she's
She's
just
phony.
doing these places favors by stealing their title.
And how many times are we gonna get that gimmick in AEW where somebody has 35 titles? Like, remember Omega did that? And you
Yeah, but
remember
it was cool
FTR
when
did
Omega
that?
did it.
But then FTR did that. And then they they didn't they didn't win the AEW titles because Young Bucks must go over. But we did this 2 other times already.
Yeah, in a 6-year history.
And now we're doing it with
So,
Okada, I guess, aren't we?
oh God, get out of here with that
Got three
garbage.
of them. He's got three.
I know, but they're like all the same title still. But Ryan, for your 4th award, what do you have for us?
Um, did I put this on the chopping block, Mike? I'm trying to find this in my notes. Oh, the Still Looking for Their Brain Cell Award goes to Mr. Top Dollar for his performance at TNA Slammiversary.
Oh,
Did you see that clip?
oh, I did.
What was he? What was he thinking, man? Like, I've never
I
seen
don't.
somebody try to take a ladder bump like that. He tried to take it legs first.
And then, oh man, no matter what, there was no positive landing for him. Either you crotch it and land right on your balls, like with the rung of the ladder, or you land with your feet on the rungs, but then you're either gonna roll an ankle, the like
He was,
force is just gonna go to your knees.
he was pulling a Adam Copeland, bro. He just kind of like penciled it. And I don't. I mean, he finished the match, so he's okay. But man, what could have gone wrong there?
I mean, you could get a crop of 30 untrained wrestlers, and I still feel like they wouldn't have taken that bump that way. Like, who is like, oh, I'm fixing to fall off a ladder. Let me land feet first.
We could have gave this award to Darby Allin too. Shout out him for his Mount Everest episode. But yeah, Top Dollar is gonna win this award, and heal up, Top Dollar, because your shenanigans is a highlight of my wrestling fandom in this year.
Well, speaking of shenanigans, next up I've got the Ronda Rousey Award for Worst Promo,
Oh man,
which is which is Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton on the road to WrestleMania, which
cool.
now we get a little more context with the Unreal show. But I think we all know the 0-3 line, and now seeing the Players Tribune article, what a massive douchebag Tiffany Stratton comes off as, huh?
It's crazy she doesn't get any of the hate online that she deserves for having a straight up stinky title run and not having a single memorable promo or a memorable match. And people still give her a pass, Mike. Why is that? Is it the gimmicks?
Well, Ryan, it's because she hasn't been pushed down our throats like Charlotte has.
Well, she's been in the spotlight since she got caught up, man. And you know what? She doesn't get 1/5 of the negative backlash that Jade gets, and they're not that far apart as far as in ring goes. Except
No.
Tiffany can do a moonsault.
And see, if you wanted to bring up well, you're just saying that because she's a black woman argument there, okay, I can follow you, because there's definitely some bad faith arguments about Jade that I feel like are just, like, I had somebody in my comments the other day, I don't remember the guy's name, but he was like, I think it was on the hot take one, he was like, I don't like Jade, Bianca, or Naomi. I was like,
God.
boy, what underlying characteristic do these three have in common?
That had to be rage bait, bro.
So, yeah, man, I don't know. The Tiffany thing is just really funny to me because I feel like me and you are the only ones that don't like her and call it like we see it. But we just hate AEW. We're just a Fed podcast.
I think a lot of Jade backlash too is because she scorned the AEW sickos. Like, bro, do you ever like go down the rabbit hole and look at the Blake Monroe promos? I know I'm probably sentencing you to a lot of mediocrity in that regard, Micah. But if you ever go down there and read the comments of Blake Monroe promos, it's always, you'll see that, oh, I sentence you to a lifetime of mediocrity. And it's just all the scorned AEW sickos always leaving a negative comment on the Blake Monroe. Same thing with Brian Pillman Jr., bro.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, it literally happened today. Like, all that stuff about Blake Monroe. And it's just like, all right. Like, I can just tell. It's weird because it's like pocket fandoms. Like, Twitter has a very overwhelmingly AEW fan base, and so like it's just an echo chamber for that. And TikTok has there's a subsection of people that like AEW, a majority that likes WWE, and then Reddit is just like whatever community you're in, but the AEW official Reddit is like just
great echo chamber.
Yeah. And then Facebook is like misinformation 101.
Yeah, Facebook. Is Goldberg the worst wrestler of all time?
That and AI images.
Oh well, a lot of that. I got a man. Did you see that video of those rabbits jumping on a trampoline?
I did.
Did you think that was real? Because I thought that was real.
I could only tell because some of them were jumping in unison, and I was like, Because I saw one with raccoons before that, and I was like, "This is AI." So I think that kind of tipped me off to the rabbit one later. But
See,
it's freaky. It's not that far away from being unrecognizable.
I saw one with a bear too, but apparently it was AI as well.
Yeah, it's kind of scary times we're living in, man. Especially, like I feel like they're gonna have to get a rein on that eventually. Because like, who's to say you get Bradley Cooper and put him in there and make him say like, sexist comments, and now like what's real and what's
He becomes
fake.
a Nazi sympathizer.
Yeah, I mean, because at that point the internet is at your fingertips and you can just make anything happen.
Man,
So
can you imagine being like a 40 or 50-year-old in this time with AI improving that much? Like, imagine how many people are getting scammed. Like those elderly people that think they're talking to somebody that's real and it's just AI images and AI audio.
oh yeah, I mean, I don't believe that you have Facebook, but dude, some of the stuff that I see that old folks share that like I know or like my dad knew, it's just like, man, like I can spot it a mile away because I'm familiar with it. I'm young, but like it'll be this kid with like one of those like nose tubes, and it's like, I have cancer. Can you like this and share for the? I'm like, dude, this is fake.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
But Ryan, for your last award here, the Kayfabe Awards, Ryan, who's taking
Well,
the last honor?
well, hold up now, Mike. I think I just gave out my last award. Do you have any other ones? Because that's it.
Oh,
That's it for me. That's it, pal.
man. I got one last one, and this is not a sponsorship, but I've got the True Moo Award for Where Is He?
Oh God.
There's a lot of people I could have put here, but I got to put The Rock no
Hey,
showing
come on.
WrestleMania
All right.
41.
They put Travis Scott on there. Don't put my goat on there. What's wrong with you?
I'm just saying, man. The final boss not being at WrestleMania, and there's a lot of that real.
Well,
Which
thank
I don't know
Michael
if we're going to
Hayes.
talk about that.
Blame Michael Hayes, pal. He's the one who messed up their Mania plans, putting Jey Uso in there. Thank
Yeah.
Michael Hayes. See, if Michael Hayes wouldn't have put Jey Uso in the main event, I think Rocky shows up, man. So if anybody, we'll blame anybody. We'll blame Michael Hayes. We're starting a petition right now. Get Michael Hayes fired, everybody. So just go over to the Scoop Slam podcast socials and just go ahead and sign the
Well,
petition.
we'll put it in our link tree.
Yeah.
And you know what? Get Bruce Pritchard out of there too. I'm sorry. I know
Hey.
you got a soft spot for him.
Yeah.
Get him out of here.
Hey, he has the business in his blood, Mike. He's been booking shows since the mid '80s. How you gonna get rid of Bruce?
Well, put him on a Legends deal and
Oh man, what do you got?
pack
What do you
him
got
up.
against Bruce? What's wrong with Bruce?
He's got some questionable decisions on that Unreal show, which I need to watch it for myself, and
Yeah,
maybe
look,
we can get into it a little bit next week.
you
But
clip
I've seen
farming.
I've seen some clips. That's all.
Yeah,
I'm just a clip merchant these
yeah.
days.
You're just watching highlights, pal. Listen to his podcast. He's a very intelligent guy. I like Bruce. Very funny guy too. Does a great Dusty Rhodes impression.
Speaking of clip merchants, while we're here, I gotta admit that Netflix only promotes me becoming a clip merchant because I was trying to skip through Raw to catch what I wanted to watch. Meanwhile, I'm hit with two back-to-back 3-minute ads, unskippable by the way. You can't window Netflix on your phone because it just closes app. So, you know what I did? I went to YouTube, I looked up CM Punk and Gunther promo, and then I went and watched it.
No, but bro,
What the heck?
it's even worse. No, what's really like it makes me angry is I have YouTube. Well, I do have YouTube Premium, but that's beside the point.
Well,
I
can't
have
hide
the
money.
net. Well, yeah, man. we're not broke over here in this house. Like, you come over here, you're never gonna see an ad on. But I digress. I got the premium tier of Netflix where there's supposed to be no ads, but I still got an ad. Like, what? Why am I paying for this if I'm getting an ad for Monday Night Raw? I got a 3-minute
Ain't no
ad.
way.
I did. It happens now. We get
Like
ads,
when you're
bro.
trying to skip through the show?
Not even when the show's live. After the show airs, you still get an ad.
That's absurd.
Bro, I swear. If I'm lying, I'm flying, and my feet ain't left the ground. I swear, I'm getting ads, and I'm supposed to get. I have the ad-free tier of Netflix, but during, I guess, live shows and after the fact, you still get ads. But it wasn't like that though when it first aired in like January. It wasn't like that. It's something new.
I don't know. I just know, like,
Oh, go ahead.
well, I was just gonna say it ads piss me off in general, but I can reason with it. But when I'm skipping through the episode and I literally didn't even watch like 30 seconds before I'm trying to skip, and then you give me another 3-minute ad, like, just end it all. I don't even want to watch it anymore.
The worst feeling is accidentally exiting out of something you're watching after you just got done watching ads, and then you go back in, and then you watch like 5 seconds, and then it goes back to like 3 back-to-back ads.
Yep. It like
Somebody online said that we should name this era of wrestling the Attitude Era, and I thought that was pretty funny.
You know, I can't refute that claim. I think it's funny because, like, this whole episode, you know, typically it's the old man yelling at clouds, but I feel like we're like young men yelling at like AI clouds and technology. These ads.
Hey, bro, I swear, I kid you not. I was watching Raw 2 nights ago or last night, whatever day we're filming this. And they were running down the SummerSlam card, and I kid you not, every single match graphic had a presented by Snickers, presented by Slim Jim, presented by Real American Beer, a new vodka, or this is presented by Minute Maid. Bro, every match was presented by something.
That's insane. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
There's a very like I know for a while this has been the Triple H era, but I feel like there's got to be a split. There's got to be a Triple H era and a TKO era.
Yeah,
because
free TKO Triple H.
Yeah, they're very, very different, and I'm interested to see just how things go. But you know, Ryan, we've got a little bit more fun to have on the show. We're not done just yet, so we're gonna take a trip back real quick, and we're gonna invite you guys in on it as well. So we kind of came up with this idea, and I thought it would be cool. And we heard like the first 20 seconds. And I can't believe I sound 10 years younger. But we're going to go all the way back 3 years ago to our very first episode, which is episode number 1, the July 10th through 16th weekly review, which obviously that would be July 10th through 16th of 2022, because that was 3 years ago when we started the podcast. So legit, we're like 2 weeks past our 3-year anniversary, and now we're getting to. So yeah, I'm gonna bring this up for you guys. We're gonna be listening to it at the same time you are. Just to let you know a little bit of what we get into. The topics are Eddie Kingston, Raw going to TV 14, the Vince McMahon saga, and all your favorite broadcasts from WWE and AEW.
We talked about Eddie Kingston.
I guess. Where's he been? Man, he should have won the True Move Award.
I was thinking you're going to bring up Omos.
I thought about putting Wardlow.
Oh God. Well, he's on American Gladiator.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, episode 1 of the Scoop Slam podcast. We're going to listen to this for about 10 minutes and have our commentary. I feel like I'm going to get cringed out because it's probably going to be bad. But 3, 2, 1, here we go.
This is the Scoop Slam Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the
The
first
old
episode
intro
of
music
the Scoop
takes me
Slam
back.
podcast. I'm your host, Micah, and I'm joined by my co-host, Ryan.
Who's that
We're here to talk
whippersnapper?
about all the rumors and happenings around the world of pro wrestling.
I sound
this week of
15.
July 10th through the 16th.
Do out
How
our
are you
government
today,
names
Ryan?
too, Mike?
Man, I'm just all zeked up, ready to be Scoop Slam, really.
I don't know about
Oh,
Zeke
man.
up,
Oh, come on.
but
Oh, Zeke.
yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. He was on Raw. We'll get there.
Yeah, oh yeah, he was on Raw. One of the best parts of Raw, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
So since it is our first episode,
I
we
can
wanna
hear
give
the
you guys a little
podcast
background into
hole,
your host. So you guys can get to know us
interrupting
a little
our
better so we
feed.
can connect with you guys more. We hope to bring a younger take on modern wrestling, as most of the guys that do podcasts today are 35, 40 years old, and they've been watching
Oh,
since
man.
the 80s and 90s, the 70s, all the glory
Sounds
days.
like we're presenting a
Very
project.
jaded.
Yeah.
It does.
So I'm Micah, 20 years old.
I give
By
us a
the
B
date of
minus.
recording. I didn't start watching wrestling until 2008, and I believe the first match I ever saw was on Sci-Fi SmackDown.
Might as well give out my social
Jeff
security
Hardy
number
versus
while we're
Shelton
at it.
Benjamin. So most of my wrestling experience was in the PG era, but I have caught some Ruthless Aggression stuff and some Attitude Era stuff, whether it be on DVDs.
Oh, you remember your first match you watched?
I remember it had Shelton Benjamin in it and Jeff Hardy. That's why I like Jeff Hardy so much.
How do you remember that?
It took a while, but I ended up finding it because I knew it was 2008, and I knew it had to be late 2008 because I had started school. And then I remembered Shelton Benjamin being in it. and
I'm
then
so
I remembered
freaked
seeing
out
Jeff Hardy
because I was
very early
20
on.
at the time that we
Maybe I'm
recorded
wrong,
this.
but at
Why
least
do
I
I sound so
think
young? I mean,
that was the first
I
one.
have a high pitched voice, but holy crap!
So
Sound
most
very
of
timid,
my
too.
experience
Very
is in the PG
timid.
era,
Yeah.
like I said. But I have watched some of the Ruthless Aggression and Attitude Era on DVDs.
You can tell
or
I've gotten more
Peacock.
comfortable with my
Um,
voice on
Right now, I'm
air.
currently watching
Now
through
you're
the
the best
Attitude Era, and I'm
play-by-play
almost all the way
podcast.
through 1996.
Well,
But around
humbly.
2015, I kind of got bored with it. It wasn't my thing anymore, so I kind of dropped it, forgot about it, didn't care about it anymore. I got back into it last year because of AEW, and that's the product I enjoy the most. I still watch WWE for a lot of the big matches, and if I like somebody like Roman, the stuff he's doing, or a certain angle, I'll watch. Some of my
Shout out
favorites
to
all
Tribal
time
Chief.
are HBK, Jeff
Didn't
Hardy,
name
The
anybody
Undertaker,
else.
CM Punk, just to name a few of them.
That's a valid look.
And
Very valid.
yeah.
Valid.
Maybe one day we could do our top 10 wrestlers and matches, or like Mount Rushmore, stuff like that.
You're not gonna like my top 10.
I know. But now
Never
that
got
you
to
know a little
that.
bit about me, I'll pass
We're
it to
gonna do that
Ryan, and
this
hopefully you guys
episode.
can get to know him.
Okay.
And then Hogan had to go and
I'm Ryan. Been
Ruin our
watching
plans.
finally sell something.
pro wrestling for about 20 years or so. I didn't really take any breaks like Micah. I kind of been locked in. Favorite company, I'm not gonna lie, it is WWE.
You sound a
I'm
little younger
biased,
though.
but AEW's cool and all. I do enjoy all pro wrestling. I can't
Got a
remember my
little
first
seasoning
match,
under my belt now.
but I do remember watching a lot of 2001 WWF. So anywhere late 2001, I remember watching a lot of that. Yeah, back to you, Micah.
All right. Well,
Got mine
keep
short
in
and sweet, huh?
mind that me and him have never been to a WWE
We definitely got
live
the pacing
event, but he's
down a
been
little
to
bit
two
better too.
AEW live events.
We've been. I've been to a WWE live,
Yeah, but not in a while.
but still, peak WWE right there, 2004. Ruthless
I mean, okay. 2004 WWE beats AEW. I'll give you that.
any day. Twice on Sunday. Current WWE beats AEW, but I digress.
Oh, man.
We'll
line
get there. It's coming up this week.
Go ahead.
All right. So I want to start us
I don't
off
know,
with some
the-
rumors
the
first, and we'll start with something.
Tides have turned because I
light,
started
considering the other
heavy
two topics are
AEW at the
probably
start of
gonna
the
take a
pod.
while,
Lean
since
WWE,
one of
and
them
like
is
just now I'm
like
sliding back
mainstream
towards
media
AEW.
appeal with the
Come
whole
on
Vince
back.
McMahon saga.
Oofa.
But the first thing I want to ask, a lot of talk this week at the beginning of the week was about Eddie Kingston's physique. Normally they're clowning on Adam Cole, but this week they wanted to try and clown Eddie Kingston.
Here we go.
saying,
You always get me for the fat shaming, and here
you
we
didn't see
are
that?
in the
I didn't
first
see it.
episode.
What is
There you go.
They were just kind of saying, he's too big. I think it was the match he had last Rampage with Konosuke
You know what?
Takeshita.
If the shoe fit.
And he pulled the straps down, and the gut was hanging out a little bit.
the flab?
Yeah, but a lot of people were kind of saying stuff about it, saying he didn't look like a pro wrestler, saying this, that,
You
and
were
the
saying
other.
stuff about it.
Come
What
on.
am I saying?
So
No,
I wanted to ask
no.
you, do you? And I seen a lot of this too. A lot of people were saying Eddie Kingston should be AEW World Champion one day.
Come on now. Let's not go that far.
And age well.
So I wanted to ask you, do you think Eddie should be a world champion one day?
And now where
In
is he?
AEW, I think he
Yes.
he kind of has to. He's one of their top homegrown guys. They usually don't put the titles
Oh man.
on the outside guys. I think Eddie, and the thing about Eddie is, yeah, he's flabby. His working style's a
3-year
little
Moxley
little
reign.
iffy, but the man can talk. He can talk you into the buildings, and isn't that what the world of pro wrestling is about?
Yeah. Well, it depends. I think there's definitely a crowd for both that like
look, you
the
pushing
in-ring
back on his
stuff
fat.
and like the promos.
Here we go.
And there's some people that like both, but a lot of people are one or the other.
Promos overall, that's what matters. Nobody cares what you look like. Dusty Rhodes, man, he was out of shape.
Ryan,
Nobody cares
if
what Dusty
you
Rhodes
if
looked
you
like. He
don't
could
like
talk you
the
into
in-ring
building.
wrestling, you're not a wrestling
Yeah.
fan.
Mick Foley, Micah.
That's where my mind went to when I was thinking about him being world champion. I don't think at all, and it's not a knock on Eddie, I don't think he should be world champion for like a year or anything, but give him like a 2 month, like,
He goes on
he's
Ozempic, huh?
just getting dogged out, kind of like he is with Jericho right now. Everything's in his way,
He lost a lot of steam.
and yeah.
God,
and
the
if he
Jericho Vortex
gets
was
that
alive and
championship
strong.
win, just
It would
like he
only get
finally sees his
worse.
moment, and then it's just a short run. The moment of him winning it will be immortalized, like Jeff Hardy winning it at Armageddon.
Oh,
His WWE Championship
Oh,
reign was
man, you
not
really high
long.
on
I think
him,
he
huh?
lost it a month later at Royal Rumble, but everybody still remembers that.
He could
Yeah,
talk. I
yeah,
mean, he was
yeah, yeah.
interesting.
but you don't think he's lost a little steam with the Jericho feud?
Oh no, I definitely think he has.
Jericho's brought him down, man. I like Jericho,
Real.
but this feud is not it. It's went on way too long.
Oh man.
Yes,
They've been
we were
they've been feuding
Burying
since March,
yourself there, pal.
February.
yeah.
I
February.
said that.
We were there at Revolution, and the crowd was hot for Eddie. And me personally, I've never gotten like super into Eddie. I always thought he was cool, but it's not somebody that I just like gravitated to completely. But they were hot for Eddie, and he won, and it was like a big moment. And since then,
But
it's just
the thing about Eddie is his promos, they sound real. Like you can meet a guy like Eddie Kingston. Everything he says sounds authentic. He sounds like a real New Yorker, man.
yeah.
I just think maybe they missed their boat on the Eddie Kingston thing, because he was hot when they had that article with the what
Mm-hmm.
what was the article about the Players Tribune.
I think you've
Come
kind
up-
of
Yeah, he
simmered
was-
down now,
he
like
was talking
into
about, like,
your,
Struggling in the indies,
I guess,
and being,
regular
like,
voice.
having real
You
bad
kinda
mental
sound like
health
you
and
now
depression and stuff
here.
like that.
Everybody
Me,
had-
I still
everybody
got
felt
radio
sorry for him.
voice going.
That was their chance. They could have did something.
Yeah, I agree. I think, but now we say that, I think MJF, has shown
Man,
that you can be pulled
all the
away
notes
from
I
the
had to write
Jericho
for this
stuff and be
first couple weeks
resurrected.
was
Because I would say
outrageous.
Oh,
MJF
God.
now is hotter than he was before the Jericho stuff.
Whoa.
But
Is he?
I think
He though?
well,
Where's he been?
maybe not now that he's been off TV for a few weeks.
Where's he been? What, missing person, man? I mean, come on now. He's been missing in action for a month
Truman
now. What happened to
Award.
the summer MJF? What happened to that?
Well, I'm gonna end it here because we're around 10 minutes. But yeah, I really don't like it. I don't like going back and listening, man. But it's crazy because we just had such a I guess a vision for what we wanted it to be with the 2 uploads a week and like really diving into the in-ring stuff. And then just we realized like with jobs and lives outside of this, that was not good. And I think we are both way more captivating in an hour rather than 4.
Yeah, and the fact that we had to follow 2 promotions, that was burning us out too, bro. Like following
Oh,
2
yeah.
promotions and stretching it out to like 7 hours of talking about it every week. Like I don't even want to watch it at that point if I got to talk about it for 7 hours.
Exactly. And that's what it became. But like you said, by about episode 15, 16, I was like, man, this feels like a job. Like, this isn't fun anymore. And so now this is fun. And I look forward to doing this every week. But it's all a learning process. Like, I think without a doubt, you can tell we've gotten more comfortable on here. Our production quality, I know I've bought a mic, you bought a mic. We've went to a whole different recording platform. I think all of that stuff has vastly improved, and definitely more of our personality has came out, and but yeah, before we get into SummerSlam predictions, because that's going to be this weekend, and we are going to be live on TikTok, so make sure you're following us there. Man, think about all the changes that we've been through. I think I've went through 3 jobs since we started the pod. Obviously, you are a father now, not to steal Christian's gimmick, but
we've been to multiple events too.
Yeah, a state's over. What, we've been to South Carolina, Louisiana. We had already been to Florida, but we've been back a couple times. Georgia, Tennessee.
Yeah. And got to see Ric Flair's last match, bro. We got to see CM Punk's best match since he came back. Hell in a Cell.
Yeah. And his best match in AEW at Revolution.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think about that. And his first match back at Royal Rumble.
Yeah. So, it's just kind of crazy. And sorry.
Got to see Rock. Dwayne Johnson. Finally caught him. We're chasing him.
Missed him in freaking Birmingham, but found him in Atlanta.
You made up for it. You found Roman and gave you COVID. Well,
that's true. He did take my breath away. But it is kind of crazy, you think about it. Me and you were just 2 coworkers years ago, and you kind of dropped the famous line, don't make me cut a promo on you. And here we are 3 to 4 years later doing this podcast, 100 episodes. And, we've got right outside of 5,500 followers on TikTok, right outside of 2,000 on Instagram. And most of that has happened this year. 2025 has been our biggest year by far. And that's not possible without each other, the hosting team, as well as the people out there, the dedicated scoopers, I don't think...
Is that what they're called? The scooper?
Well, I mean, we'll pass that through trademark.
Okay.
See what comes back.
Why can't they be the slammers?
Well, okay.
Yeah. You get to name them after you?
Oh, well, see.
We got
the Hogan's rubbing off on me.
Well, we got scoopers and slammers, Micah. Don't discriminate.
It's like Team Jacob or Team Edward.
Sorry, I lost my headphones there.
I was wondering,
Yeah,
it kind of
just like
sounded like we went through a tornado. I thought I just popped you really hard with that callback.
yeah, man. Takes me back to the wild years of 2008 with right there, Micah.
Oh shoot. Well, like I said, this weekend we've got SummerSlam from New Jersey, every New Yorker's favorite place. And so we got predictions as always to close this out. Night 1 of WrestleMania.
Oh,
First
SummerSlam.
SummerSlam.
I hope not. I hope we don't have
Yeah.
that again.
I was about to say, I'm not trying to relive that. The first match, we've got Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship.
It's got to be Jade, bro. They got to start cashing in on the equity that they put in her. Let me rephrase that. The money that they put behind her, Micah. They need to start cashing in on that. So I think Jade wins this title.
Yeah, I agree. I think Tiffany time is up. The clock is broke. And I'm ready to see what Jade can do with the machine behind her. As well as, I don't know. I just think that SmackDown's women's division has really needed a shakeup. And I don't know that Jade is ever going to be more ready than she is now. But following that, we've got the tag team match. Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul.
This seems pretty easy to me. Celebrity never loses in these type of matchups. So yeah, man, I've got Jelly Roll pinning Logan Paul. Or are we even gonna get this, Micah? Is Drew gonna be let back in the country?
I don't know.
What's
But
your prediction for that? Do you think he gets replaced?
I think he makes it, but if he doesn't make it and it's Carmelo, then he's definitely losing.
Why is that the second option? We ain't got nobody else on the roster.
There's always a plan B.
What? Where's LA Knight? LA Knight's missing in action in this pay-per-view. Where's PLE?
Yeah, but they can't put him on there with Logan.
Oh, yeah, I guess you got a point. That stinks that he's not even on the card. 2 nights.
What about El Grande Americano?
Oh, which one?
Oh, well.
Second one, pal.
Good point.
See that? Saw that on Monday?
I did. I saw that it was definitely not Pete Dunne. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go Randy Orton and Jelly Roll as well. And I really hope Drew can make it because as much as I'm not a fan of this match, deserves to be on the card. But following that, we've got a tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. The Judgment Day, Raquel and Roxanne versus Charlotte and Alexa Bliss.
Another tag match, huh?
Oh, multi-man or women matches. Gotta love them.
I'm a big fan of this pairing, though, with Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. Bro, if this was 2017, this would be like Steve Austin, Triple H levels pairing. But yeah, I've been enjoying what they've been doing. And Charlotte's gotten a shot in the arm since she wrote that. Was that the Players Tribune that she had that article come out in? I know we were just talking about
it was.
But yeah, she's gotten a lot of babyface reactions since that came out. So yeah, I'm going with Charlotte and Alexa.
I want them to win, and I could see it if they're going to have Liv return at the end and be pissed at Roxanne. But because we're already kind of babyface heavy on this card and looking at what lies before us, or after us, I should say, I think I'm going to go Judgment Day, just because a lot of babyface victories, I think.
You know, we can say a lot of things have changed since we had our first podcast, Micah, but the only constant is that Judgment Day is going to survive. And
I think they have been here the entire time, haven't
they? Have, yeah. Judgment Day in the bloodline, for some reason, never dies.
Well, speaking of the bloodline, next after that we've got Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed.
Are you disappointed by this?
Ah, in what fashion?
Wouldn't you rather have a Braun Breaker Roman Reigns match here?
Yeah, I
Like,
can agree with that, especially because you already have 2 other tag team matches.
yeah, and have Braun get put over by Roman, bro. Like, has Roman put over any young guy like that?
Not that
When's
I
last
can
time,
remember.
when's last time Roman put over a young guy? I took a pin to a younger guy.
Solo? No. Did Solo ever beat him?
He might have pinned him in a tag match. But I mean, that's the bloodline universe. Really count. Somehow like
That's true.
outside of Jay, outside of Jimmy, outside of Solo, outside of Cody, has he lost any matches to any up and coming guys or anybody? Cash out on bro. Did you see the heat that Bronson Reed got for snatching up Roman Reigns' shoes?
That I think that was hilarious. I don't even
It,
think that they meant for that to be as big of a deal as it became.
it definitely was though. It was hilarious. But just imagine, just Roman and Bronson Reed. Like, can you imagine that at SummerSlam? That would be. I would watch that.
Yeah.
Bronson Reed coming out with the Jays, holding them up as a trophy, and then Roman Reigns having to, not really. It's not on the line, but if Roman wins, he gets his shoes back. Bro, I swear when Bronson Reed snatched up Roman Reigns' shoes, say that 3 times fast. It got more heat than when Solo snatched the Ulafala. Like, how is that?
It just means more here, man.
I want the young guys to win. I hope Bronson. No, I hope Braun Breaker gets the win over.
I agree, but if I was a betting man, I gotta go Roman and Jay. I just feel like they're gonna pick up the win here.
Yeah, I guess you can't ever count out the bloodline.
LOL, Roman wins. But after that, we've got Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. If Kross wins, Sami has to say the words Kross was right. And if Zayn wins, Kross has to say I was wrong.
In a perfect world, this would be a loser leaves town match, and Cross would have to leave because I heard his contract's coming up. But sadly, they have dropped new merch for old Karrion Kross, so I feel like they are going to re-sign Karrion Kross, and he is going to beat Sami Zayn. And yeah, Karrion Kross wins, and the internet screams himself. I guess I don't know.
Oh, I'm gonna zig where you zag. I think Sammy wins and Cross is he's wrapping up his WWE tenure for the final time.
Well, dang, Micah, do you want any heels to win tonight? Well, what's going on?
Well, that's why I went with the Judgment Day, but we've got one final match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther versus CM Punk.
Well, this is CM Punk's to win right here, and then we get a cash in from Seth Rollins, and I will be very disappointed. The music hits, and he steals the title from CM Punk.
I think that is 100% what I'm also booking here to happen. And I think that's why you get a lot of babyface left with a sour taste.
But Micah, when you do that, does that mean that that's our WrestleMania match? Seth Rollins and CM Punk? Are we going to be building this for another 7 months?
I don't know about that because I think Gunther and Punk has felt like a breath of fresh air.
I agree. But if Seth steals the title from Punk, what do we do then?
Well, Gunther's still got to be in the mix somehow, but maybe you get away with finishing it at Survivor Series.
That's still a long
I mean,
time.
that's a pretty marquee match to put on Survivor Series, like be all end all. This is the final Punk versus Seth match.
I wanted the final Punk Seth match 2 years ago, bro. But now I don't want to see it, and I don't see how you can stretch that all the way out to Survivor Series. That's 3 months away.
And never doubt Triple H's ability to
God.
stretch it out. I'm gonna start calling him Mr. Fantastic.
I guess you got a point.
Well, we've still got night 2 for the first 2-night SummerSlam. Starting us off, triple threat match for the Women's World Championship. Naomi versus Rhea versus Io Sky.
Another multi-man match, huh? I'm
Yeah.
so sick.
Gotta love them.
I'm so sick of these, man. At this point, it's such a breath of fresh air to get a one-on-one singles.
Oh, wait till you hear all the participants we have later in the night.
Yeah, I guess Naomi wins because she just got the title, but the internet would be mad that Io doesn't win it back. But yeah, Naomi.
Nah, I gotta go Naomi here too. I think she's been doing pretty good work, and she's getting bigger reactions. She's been able to reinvent herself, so I'm interested to see what she continues to do with it. Following that, for the Intercontinental Championship, Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles.
I think AJ hasn't had a big win on PLE in a long time, so I don't think it would hurt Dom to lose the title. And maybe that'll hopefully, because I predicted that the ladies would lose their titles the night before. So hopefully when Dom loses his title, this will jumpstart the end of the Judgment Day, please. So yeah, I'm going AJ Styles here.
I could see that. However, with the pop that Dominic got the other day in AAA,
Oh, come on.
I don't know. I think that.
We base a AAA on this? Okay, so Mr.
Well-
Iguana should be main event.
You would like that.
That's beside the point, Mike. Just saying. Though. Basing it off of his reaction in AAA?
Well, I feel like they got something with Dom. I think they're going to continue with the hot hand, and
Okay, well, have him be AAA World Champion. He doesn't have to be Intercontinental Champion.
he can have 2 belts.
You and your belt collector, you love those, huh? Is that your favorite gimmick in all wrestling?
I just dogged it earlier.
Well, now you're advocating. Which one is it?
It's different when you're over, pal. Following that, a 6-pack tables, ladders, and chairs match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. You ready? I'm finna rattle this off. The Wyatt Six, Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy versus Andrade and Rey Fenix versus DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa versus Fraxium, Axiom and Nathan Frazier versus the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin versus the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford.
Bro, I just said I'm tired of the multi-man matches, but a part of me gets nostalgic for those multi-man TLC, multi-man ladder matches because we don't see a lot in WWE nowadays. I know you get them in AEW quite frequently, but I can remember a time where you would see a TLC match on Monday Night Raw or on SmackDown, and I miss that, bro. So whenever we get a TLC match or a ladder match, I am always a happy camper. But as we know, Mike, historically, you got a multi-man ladder match, multi-man TLC match. Usually the champ retains. So I am going to have the champs retain here. And wait, are the champs? The champs is the Y6, right? They're champs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So they're going to retain here.
I agree with you. As much as we dogged the multi-man matches, I'm actually very interested to see what happens here because it's not just like a regular tag or a triple threat. Like there's something different about it.
Didn't this become like runner up in your matches of the year? The last TLC match they had on SmackDown?
No, I think it was my match of the year. No,
Oh,
yeah, it was runner up behind the women's triple threat. But I said I could be convinced into it being that. And I think that plays into it too, because I thought that was excellent and it blew my expectations away. So but as for the winner, I'm gonna go for Axiom. I think this is kind of the crowning achievement to bring these guys into kind of household names on the SmackDown brand. And I'm actually, this is probably top 3 of the matches I'm most excited to see over the weekend.
yeah, me too. Hope everybody comes out of it okay, but I'm I'm expecting a car wreck and I'm hoping for it.
Yeah. Following that, a steel cage match for the United States Championship, Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu. A lot of steps on the second
Me
night.
too. Yeah. Do you think we see a mighty moonsault from the top of the cage?
Uh,
His knees will be shattered.
yeah, but I think Jacob goes for it. I could see it.
You know, did you ever see that clip of Rikishi diving off the top of the cage?
I think I've seen it floating around on Twitter. I mean, I know that we reviewed the Armageddon Hell in a Cell where he lands in the back of that hay truck.
Bro, it's one of the most underrated dives off the cages I've ever seen because Rikishi is like 450 pounds. He goes to the top of the cage and hits a superfly splash. Dang, Mike, it's getting late here. He hits superfly splash on Val Venus. And it wasn't even the finish of the match, but still, it's one of the most underrated dives off the cages. I think ever.
Well,
Who you got?
what relative of Rikishi are you taking for this one?
Mm, I think Solo retains it, and then Jacob Fatu moves on to somebody else, hopefully. But like we said earlier, never going to underestimate Triple H's ability to stretch this out. And he might stretch this out into War Games, Micah, and maybe we'll get a Bloodline 2.0
God almighty.
War Games match and somehow involving the Samoans. I don't know. Might. Because if you look at both shows, Micah, I mean, they're still kind of aligned together. You had Jimmy and Jacob, and then you got Roman and Jay on the other shows. They're all still kind of aligned together.
Yeah. I could see it. I'm gonna take Solo here. I think we get some nefarious activities from the Tongans.
What? In a steel cage match, Micah? Nobody's allowed in. Nobody's allowed out.
Yeah, certainly not, right?
Oh,
But I think we're going heel heavy night 2. And we'll maybe see why later. But the co-main, we've got Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. No disqualification, no count out, last chance match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship.
So we're having 2 no DQ matches for 2 different matches?
Yeah, really. Yeah, 2 different no DQ matches, a steel cage match, and a TLC match.
Okay. I'll go Lyra here. 'Cause I think they do want to build Lyra for some reason.
Yeah, I can agree with you. I mean, I think this whole feud has really been built to elevate her, and I think it has done. I think.
Or what? Hold up, Micah. Do we see a heel turn here? Because I don't. You didn't watch all of Raw, but Bailey did have a backstage interview where she looked dejected and like she didn't know what to do next. The interviewer said the classic thing. So what's next after you lost your last opportunity, and she just kind of walked away. So I can see a heel turn, maybe Becky and Bailey alignment, both of them being heels.
I wouldn't hate that.
I can see it.
I don't know. That's one of the, I think, harder matches to call over the weekend because I could see why they would go in either direction. Because even if Lyra comes out of it losing, I still think she could be a viable challenger to Naomi for a PLE or two.
Oh God, really?
I mean, I could see it. I'm a little higher on Lyra than you are, but you know, that's neither here nor there, I guess. But the street fight for the undisputed WWE Championship main event of night 2, John Cena versus Cody Rhodes.
Do we see something unforeseen? Like, do we see the return of the final boss? Am I still smoking the opium? Is it officially done, Micah? Are we sure Rock can't come back?
I hadn't even thought of that, and now you have to put this freaking bug in my ear of hope, thinking that Rock might come save this.
I don't know. I think we might get zagged again. Maybe if the cash in doesn't happen on night 1, maybe this happens on night 2. Maybe Cena retains with help from the final boss. I'm throwing it out there, Micah. So I'm going
I will say this.
I'm going with John Cena because I want Rock.
Interesting. I will say this. If Punk, like you said, if Punk comes out unscathed in night 1, I'm skeptical about whatever shenanigans Mr. Fantastic has for us in store. However, I went pretty heel heavy night 2. I'm still putting my money on Cody. I think it's the safe pick. And then we get the face turn and Cena's last hurrah. But is it crazy to say that I think I'm more interested in this card than I was WrestleMania?
It's a better card, man. Being honest, it's less. I mean, it's a lot of multi-man matches, but it's less than what it was at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And at least we know we have a stip lined up where Cena doesn't have to do a lot. He can rely on the gimmicks, and we know there's going to be interference. So just go ahead and make it a street fight.
Yeah, I do agree with that. Like, stop with the goofy ref bumps in the middle of a sanctioned match. Like, just go ahead and just give yourself the excuse.
Also, another reason to be excited. This is both nights. At least one night is a marquee match that we haven't seen before. Gunther and CM Punk, and that might be match of the weekend, bro. Like bell to bell. Like real Graps enthusiasts might enjoy this match. Such as myself.
I'm very much looking forward to it. It's my most anticipated match of the weekend.
It should have been the Mania match. That's what it should have been.
100%. And I always find a way to lose myself in Punk's matches because I genuinely want him. So it's going to be very interesting. If you want to join us, make sure you find us on TikTok this weekend. We will be live both nights of SummerSlam. Like I said, we've been getting a lot of traction on there recently. But yeah, that's the SummerSlam predictions. Real quick, Ryan. I'm going to clip this, but this is episode 100. This was 3 years that it took us to get to 100. I don't think it'll take us that long to get to 200. But do you have any predictions for episode 200 of maybe something you could see happening in the next 2 to 3 years?
Well, what I see happening. Maybe this lawsuit with Tony Khan and that cameraman. Maybe some information gets released that somehow Shane McMahon actually owns this thing or owns a portion of the company, and that's kickstarts a power struggle storyline, Micah. And maybe when we're reaching episode 200, we get the culmination of the AEW versus AEW Wolfpack storyline in Blood and Guts, and Shane McMahon takes a big bump off the Blood and Guts structure.
Interesting. It's not what I was expecting.
Yeah, it's off the top of my head, Mike.
Just real quick off the top of my head, I think the further away from Cena we get, the more we realize that he's overrated.
Oh,
I think Rhea Ripley solidifies herself as the greatest North American women's wrestler ever. I think Jacob Fatu becomes world champion.
oh, come on now. That's an easy one. Does Triple H still have the pin?
And my last bid here is that Triple H is no longer the booker.
Did I predict that?
I don't know. We can go in on that one together.
Okay. Well, who takes his place right here, right now? If Triple H has to step down tomorrow, who takes his spot? You think it's Bruce?
Well,
Is it Sean?
I think we get I think we get Rocky.
Oh, well, hey, in a perfect world, Rocky would be booking these shows, but I think maybe the more realistic option is maybe Sean. And then
I'm gonna realistically say Sean, but because Rock would never do that now.
Oh, then how do the weekly shows look? Because you know how Sean shoots those shows in NXT, bro.
Lots of BBLs.
It's the Love Island of wrestling.
I'm about to say Love Island WWE.
That might be more entertaining.
It might be a Attitude Era light with Sean running it with a main roster budget, but who knows? I certainly have not been able to predict what all we've got in the past 100 episodes. But Ryan, I typically do the honors of closing us out, but for episode 100, lead us out of here.
Well, thanks everybody for listening in to the Scoop Slam Podcast 100. And stay safe out there and take care of each other. Have a good one.